31st of January 1942. USS Perch. After rearming and refueling in Singapore, she's headed back to the East China Sea. En route, we have sunk a number of enemy merchant vessels and seen a spectral ship, believed to be the Flying Dutchman, on the open seas. Legend says that seeing the Flying Dutchman is usually a prelude to doom. And moments later, we spotted a large capital ship task group with what we believe to be at least 2 battleships passing by our location. USS Perch has quickly changed course and set an intercept to try and ambush and sink one of these colossal capital ships. The crew is ready, torpedoes are loaded, we're going to try and fire and survive this encounter. Hi everyone, welcome back to the USS Perch. Here we are. So we've spotted the large task group, battleship task group potentially, and of course the wave's not playing ball. We've set what we think is going to be a reasonably good ambush. We've done a speed check. They look to be doing about 11 knots. We just dived down to periscope depth now, and obviously we're settling the ship, so periscope is getting swamped by these rather choppy waves. We'll see what we can do. Basically I want to make sure that my calculations is roughly okay. If we have a look at the hydrophone map. Okay, here we are. So this is our intercept, and as you can see, loads of ships going fore and aft. Back here we did the speed check, and you see 1100 meters after 3 minutes 15, which is 11 knots. That's how we calculate that. Now I think this was my predicted line of the battleship, or the large capital ship, whether it be a battle. I think it's a battleship, judging. That's 150 meters. We might be a bit close there actually. So what I might just do, let's just reverse 1/3 and see if we can make sure we're going in with a decent bit of range. We don't want to be too close where we can't fire. If we can get a shot away at a battleship, I think rather than trying to spread the torpedoes out, we'll do a full spread of 4 torpedoes against one ship. See if we can. To take down a capital ship would be momentous, and certainly for the captain in his first patrol in USS Perch. So yeah, there's a lot of ships here. We're not going to destroy all of them. This isn't, this is a simulation after all. We will die if we try that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're on the observation periscope because they're having a bit of problems with the attack periscope, getting absolutely swamped. Can't see anything at the moment. He should be right on. Oh, hello. There he is. Oh, there she is. She's right there. Lock on. Right. She locked on. We've got what looks to be a large battleship. Oh, yes. So she's got 2... Okay, I think it's a Congo. I think it's a Congo class. Right. 500 meters. We know speed is going to be 11 knots. Range. We've got 500 meters. Oh, hell. Crews are coming past. Plotting on the map, it's going to be about 1200 meters, 1300 meters. Okay, tube 1. Fire. Tube 4. Fire. Fire. Fire.
Bearing 8 to long range.
Current depth 80.
Okay, good attack. We've managed to land 4 torpedo hits cleanly into what we think is a Congo-class battleship. We're now diving down to 100 feet. We are a little bit worried. We've still got damage from the previous depth charge run by that destroyer, if you recall, at the beginning of our patrol. So I don't want a chance going into deep water because our any potential weakness in the hull may be exacerbated and we may be crushed. So we are just going quietly. Let's rig for silent running. I was having the torpedoes reloaded at the time. Torpedo tube 1 is reloaded, but I think we just go quiet for the moment. And hopefully they're trying to save the battleship and not terribly worried about finding us. Well, a bit of time has passed, and as yet, no confirmation that that battleship, or that capital ship, has sunk. So, what I can only assume is that it should have sunk by now. So I think they're probably just about keeping her afloat. Listening to the hydrophone, we're still getting engine tone from her. So that suggests that she is moving, but slowly, so she's continuing to move away. So we've plotted a course to follow. We're still submerged, of course, we're trying to be quiet. The support ships have gone past her as well, like the oil tanker and the cargo ship. There's a destroyer or two just keeping in the area, but I'm hoping if we follow, the rest of the task group will sail on, and the damaged capital ship will limp on behind and potentially become isolated, and we can jump on that vulnerability and give her another torpedo attack. What I will do is release from silent running so we can get the torpedo tubes rearmed, and we'll keep an eye on this one. Okay, bit of time's passed. We've now come up to periscope depth. There is the capital ship. There is a... Is that her wake, or is there is a destroyer in the area? Well, I think the destroyer's moved to the far side of the capital ship. I'm hoping, anyway. Just, as I say, just come up to periscope depth now, so we're just kind of settling the ship down. There she is there, look. Oh, she's turning this way. Okay. So we know we're pretty much 90 degrees onto the battleship, so if we go forward and then turn, what I'll do, I'll fire our rearward tubes towards her. The current situation with torpedoes is we've got 2 Mark 14s in the rear and 2 reserves. We're down to our last 4 torpedoes in the forward firing tubes, and they're all Mark 10s, which are reliable, but they are short range basically. We get a range of 3,200 meters, whereas the Mark 14s you can get 8,000 meters. Maybe, if they don't blow up or do something crazy in that distance between 8,000 meters and the ship, and then whether or not they will detonate when they get to the ship. That's the other question, of course. So let's fire a couple of those at her, and And then we've got to really, well, we've got to go to the East China Sea just to sort of tick that box. But then we probably need to head to another base to rearm. Now, with the current structural damage that we have, I think we're probably best to, at that point, head back to home port to get a refit and permanent repairs done, and maybe then upgrade some of the boat systems, like the hydrophone, etc. And then we'll have a better chance and be more clinical when it comes into the future attacks. Right, here we go. Swing this around to 180 degrees, and there we should find a stricken ship. There, lovely. Right, so we know that's the Congo. It's lost the designation. We're locking onto that one and not the destroyer next to it. Speed, we're going to have to do a speed test, which may be challenged with this periscope. We'll have to do that on the hydrophone maybe. Range we can do though. Well, in a moment. There we go. Range is 2,000 meters. Okay, about 2 knots is the speed that she's doing. That's fine. Shut up. Thank you. Angle of bow is going to be roughly angle of bow will be 95. There we go. Speed, let's get her down to 2 knots. Lovely. Right, tube 5. Fire. Tube 6. Fire. Let's dive.
Torpedo in the water.
Two good hits. Confirmation. Ship sunk. Congo battleship. 32,000 tons. Holy moly. They won't believe this when we get back to base. If we get back to base. There's still a destroyer in the area. But I think we've done what we set out to do. We're getting torpedo tube 6 loaded now. And we'll be down to our last 6 torpedoes. Touch wood, these Mark 14s have been as good as gold. Which means these two are probably duds. Yeah, that's the law of averages. But yeah, I've been really remarkably surprised how good these Mark 14s have been. That is by no means a confident outcome every time we fire one of those. So that's pretty good. Right, let's go a little bit deeper and try and slip away from the area. there is a destroyer in the area. We don't want to remain around for him to catch whiff of us, and we'll leave him to go and collect some of those survivors. But we can be very pleased with our day's work so far. Hi everyone, right, a few days have passed. We've made our way back into the East China Sea to do that patrol. What is that high-pitched squeal behind us? Are our engines okay? He's got a bit. He's been using the binoculars a bit too much. As you can see, he's got like panda eye, unfortunately, with the sun bearing down. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Oh, we've all got it. Look, our skin's all pasty, but our eyes are being protected from the mist. What is that noise? Don't know. There is a ship over to 082 over there somewhere, but it's long range, so it's not that. It's not like a patrol boat literally on top of us, but it sounds like it, doesn't it? It sounds like a fast outboard motor type thing. Anyway, I digress for what I was going to say. So, still reeling from the fantastic sinking of the Battleship. See, we're February the 4th now. We're coming in here, it's still incomplete, so we've still got to patrol a little bit more around the East China Sea. We reported the contacts that we know of, especially the rest of the Battleship group, once we surfaced, and yeah, hopefully they'll be able to send some other U-boats, sorry, other submarines, and maybe some aircraft to intercept them on their way as well. But the mist has returned, so we're just going to patrol on the surface here, and hopefully we'll complete this part of our patrol, maybe find a couple of unarmed merchants to finish off, and then I think we'll be good to head back to get... so I'm listening to the sound noise change. We should be good to go back and get some feedback from High Command, and maybe some promotions as well, and definitely some boat repairs and upgrades. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, a few more days have passed. We've completed our patrol. We didn't spot anything around the patrol zone. Confirmation, no further kills. Another 5 days moved on. But we do have a contact. We do have a contact. Over here somewhere. May not be in visual range yet. Probably on the hydrophone only. Single contact, so we're going to go and check it out. We're on the way back to Midway to see if we can finish the patrol there, or maybe refuel there. We may have to go all the way back to Pearl Harbor, but potentially not. So we'll see how this goes, and yeah, if there's any lone ships on the way home, then we'll certainly go and have a look and see if it's something that we could take advantage of. There she is. Okay, what is that? It's exit out there. Let's go to merchants. It's got two large... Is it a tanker, maybe? Or is it just... Could it be that? No, it hasn't got a... That's a medium oil tanker. That looks about right, doesn't it? Nice. Doesn't appear, on the binoculars, doesn't appear to have any guns. So, I think this is a case of man the deck gun. We will try and blap past her and finish her off with the gun. Happy days. Right, manning the deck gun. There she is. We've got armor piercing loaded. Let's get some shots. Oh, there goes their life raft. Wasn't quite aiming for that. I was trying to get the hull. Probably a little bit too close. Okay, let's switch to high explosives, get some fuel fires going then. A little bit too close to try and hit the hull. Where did that go? Oh, there goes her mast and crane. There you go, fire on board, and if she is a tanker, that may combust. Try and get her when she goes on the rise. There we go, good fires going now. Right, that should probably be her done. I'll continue to bombard her though, because we want to make sure we've got plenty of ammo. Right, we can probably get some armor piercing into the hull now. We get that right down to 500. Not quite, but she's destroyed. Oh my goodness, she's destroyed. They don't half go bang in this game. Fantastic. Confirmation then? Not there. An old tanker, medium old tanker, 4,991 tons. Happy days. And there she goes, sinks to the bottom. Right, we'll continue on then, and see if we can find any more of these targets of opportunity. Hi everyone, right, at night time we've been, well, not surprised, we kind of saw it. A large Japanese vessel here, making some evasive maneuvers. Obviously we got a bit close. We thought we'd continue with the deck gun. Didn't know she was going to have big spotlights on her. So we're just going to try and get round the back of her now, and we'll try and finish her off with the deck gun. No real worries. I'll just try and finish her off. She's on her own. There's no other contacts on the hydrophone, so we've been tracking her during the cover of dark for a little bit now, so we should be good. Alright, swing the deck gun over. We've got armor piercing loaded. Some hits in there. Can't get it. Can we get any lower? Yes, right there you go, right in the waterline. That's beautiful. As we dip in the trough of the wave, get some shots here. It'd be nice if they switched their lights off so we could enjoy what we're doing a bit more. There we go. A few holes penned in. Not quite at the waterline, but as low as we can go. Right, there we go. Let's fill her with some high explosives, get some fires going, and then they'll stop manning those bloody guns. Get some shots in around the funnel. There you go. Always gets the fire going. Right, fires are blazing. We're being blinded still. I don't know if you can blow the lights off, but there's certainly quite a bit of smoke coming off her now, so the flames are raging. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Lights out. See what's going on. Yeah, she's fully ablaze. I should imagine that's probably her done as well. Probably won't save our ammo, but there we go. There she goes. Is that another tanker by the looks of it? Another ecological disaster. Fires burning. Yeah, let's have a look. So that's a large modern tanker, 10,027 tons. Hallelujah. We have racked up the tonnage on our first patrol. Obviously the 32,000 from the Battleship will certainly be a big part of that. But besides, even disregarding that, we've had a very successful patrol. There's been a lot of lone merchants out here with no escorts, which have just fallen foul to us, which I've absolutely loved. It's like the golden times. There you go. She's sinking beneath the waves. Right, stow the deck gun. All them boys. There she slinks beneath the waves. Right, let's get a move on, and
Yes, sir. Ahead to earth.
we'll move on and try and get back to port. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, calmer seas, and we're surrounded by ships. But do not worry, they are friendlies. They are friendlies, yes. A US destroyer over there, comfortingly. And we got a couple of merchants just heading back over there. We're, well, you can't see it because it's pitch black, but we are nearing the port entrance to Pearl Harbor. So we're going to end our patrol here and see what rewards we get. So there we go. We sent out on the 10th of December 1941 to agent insertion in Yokosuka. That was complete. We then had to patrol the East China Sea, which we completed, as well as going down to Singapore to refit and reload at a certain time. So ships sunk on this patrol: merchant ships 8, warships 2. Of course, that's a destroyer and the Congo class battleship. Total tonnage sunk 78,341. What a hell of a good first patrol. You've got to admit that. Happy with that. And confirmation. This is to certify the President of the United States has awarded the Navy Cross to Lieutenant Commander Buck O'Hare, United States Navy, Commanding Officer, USS Perch, this February 27th, 1942, for extraordinary heroism as Commanding Officer of the USS Perch during the 2 war patrols? I'm not sure what you mean by 2 war patrols. This is our first patrol of the vessel. And I suppose because we did a reload, is that what it is? We went to Singapore and refit. Maybe that's classes then as the second. The Navy Board of Decorations and Medal awards the Navy Cross to Lieutenant Commander Buck O'Hare. His outstanding display of leadership, devotion to duty, and aggressiveness reflect great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Fantastic.
The last few months were not good at all for us in the Pacific Theater, as the Japanese invasions progressed at a rapid pace. In Burma, despite the opposition from Allied troops, the Japanese kept advancing and pushing the front line forward, forcing Allied troops to retreat to India by mid-April. In the south, after 6 days of heavy bombing, the Japanese landed and captured the island of Timor on February 22nd. They also got their foot into the Celebes, Sumatra, Bali, and Borneo, gaining air control over the Java Sea and nearby straits. With these elements in place, they were ready for their next target, Java. In an attempt to delay the invasion, an Allied fleet of heavy and light cruisers plus destroyers sailed to intercept the Japanese. For 2 long days, our guys fought with the Japs, but due to inferior numbers and inferior firepower, we'd lost. A lot of good men perished back there, as only 4 of the original 10 destroyers escaped. With the Allied fleet defeated, there was nothing else to stop the invasion. So from March 7th, Java is under complete Japanese control. Our submarine command, that was temporarily located there, has retreated to the port, Fremantle in Australia.
Well, man, bear, pig, man. That does sound like the South Park. Man, bear, pig. So dramatic. Wow, devastating news for our our campaign in the Pacific then. Things are not looking good. Let's, we won't go on our next patrol just yet. We'll pick that up next time. Well, we can't have a look at the lovely lady. Here is our sub. We could potentially get... you've reached the maximum number of officers and petty officers. Okay. We've got the Asiatic Pacific campaign medal, the campaign medal, and the... So I can award these to my crew, I suppose. Okay. Let's give that to you. Teddy, Adrian Teddy. Mason, you can also have one of these. I don't know specifically, and I'll give a Navy commendation to you. And a specific one to you. Yeah, just randomly. Oh, I've got more of these to give out. Fantastic. You can have one as well. There we go. Everyone's got some medals. Now we've got 4,470 renown, which we can look to upgrade our boat. No available upgrades there. SD sonar. SD radar. I can't even read. Does it give me some spiel on it? No, it doesn't. But we don't have any surface radar, so let's get that installed. We've got some radar now. That should give us some warning should any aircraft come over, which is very important if we need to go through the Java Sea, because the Japanese seem to have territory on both sides, so there'll be a lot of aircraft patrols over that region. 50 cal deck gun bow mounting, stern mounting, 350 cal deck gun mounting, twin 20mm AA. Okay. Is that we've got no? I was hoping we'd upgrade the hydrophone, but it doesn't seem to be available. What do we got? We got 350 cal deck gun stern mounting. I think we'll probably stay with that at the moment. That sounds okay, and a 20mm AA machine gun on the back, so that's okay. Torpedoes wise, we've got our Mark 10s, which we've already had loaded from the end of the last patrol, and we've got the Mark 14s here. We could potentially should we take some of those out? Let's get some Mark 14s in there. Take some 14s out, get some 10s as reserves, and maybe put a 10 in there as well. Have a look at the leaderboard of the top skippers. We are leading the way. Wow. There's only 4 of us, but my goodness, our first patrol really did knock the socks off everyone else, didn't it? They've got a long way to catch up. So a quick review of our first patrol. It's marked as 1 patrol there. December the 10th, we set out from Pearl Harbor. December the 10th, we destroyed a small old split freighter for 2,400 tons. On December the 10th still, we did a lot that day, didn't we? We sunk a medium old split freighter for 5,425 tons. Then followed up with a medium European composite freighter for 5,186 tons. Then we destroyed a medium European composite freighter for 5,186 tons. Hang on, the times are bugged out. I was going to say we didn't do all this on the same day, but it's all bugged out to the 10th of December, 2 o'clock. Not sure why. We then destroyed a large old split freighter for 8,150 tons. Later we sunk a small passenger carrier for 1,718 tons. We then destroyed an Akizuki destroyer for 2,700 tons. But the big one today, January the 31st, at 1851, we sunk and destroyed a Congo battleship worth 32,000 tons. We then followed that up 10 days later when we headed up to the East China Sea with a medium old transport for 4,800 tons. 4 days later, we destroyed a large modern tanker for 10,000 tons. And then we came back into port and were awarded our medals. Fantastic. great first patrol. Lots of things learnt as we did that, so hopefully the Patrol 2 will be a bit slicker this time. But the map has changed. Japan is on the front foot. We need to work hard to get the initiative back, and we'll continue this next time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.